join them for their first time on the front line. Ambulance service recruit Ben Palante is a month into his new job. So far, he's tended to a cyclist hit by a car and a man who almost severed his hand with a chainsaw. Now, despite his own limited experience, he's been asked to supervise a trainee for the first time. Ben's always wanted to be a paramedic. As a youngster, he volunteered for St John Ambulance, then studied for a degree in paramedic science at university. His graduation was a proud moment, and he made some lasting friendships along the way.
Worry.
At 20, Ben knows he has much to learn in a job where lives are often on the line.
It's a massive responsibility for someone of my age. That's quite one of the exciting things that I'm actually looking forward to, is, you know, saying that that's what I do for a job.
Four weeks after starting, Ben's about to experience another career first. He's impressed his superiors so much, they've asked him to supervise new trainee Jack Marley. The apprentice is on his way to becoming a master.
It's quite scary, really. 6 months back, I was in that position where I was sort of looking up to people and asking for their advice and their help and their support. So obviously now, sort of role reversal, really.
Still training at the moment, learning all the skills, and hopefully with my colleagues today, with my crewmates, I'll be picking up a few more skills.
Ben and Jat head out in response to their first emergency call of the day. A 32-year-old man is suffering from chest and stomach pains and displaying an even more worrying symptom.
The fact that he's vomiting blood, obviously is not a good sign.
On arrival, they find the patient, David, in agony.
I've got something splashing down on my chest.
Right, OK.
Chest pains could indicate a heart attack, in which case rapid treatment is essential. Ben connects David to a heart rate monitor to check further.
Right, I need to keep nice and still a second. I'm going to do a quick trace of your heart. Just so relax all your hand, that's it.
It's good news. The tracing indicates David isn't having a heart attack. He's still in severe pain though. Ben's next task is to reduce it.
What we'll do, we'll give you a spray. OK.
The spray is designed to widen the vessels and increase the blood supply in David's chest.
Now you put your that's it. I'll give you one of that. That's it, close your mouth. Dissolve that, see if that works.
If Ben's chosen the right treatment, David's chest pain should ease almost immediately.
Has the pain got worse?
It's got a little bit better.
It's got a little bit better with that spray? Yeah?
Despite this encouraging sign, David still can't stop vomiting.
What have you been doing over the last couple of days? Have you?
Nothing, just chilling.
No, yeah. You haven't got no ulcers or anything? Any stomach ulcers?
I don't think so.
Ben's diagnosis is inconclusive.
Okay, we'll get you down quickly then.
David's illness needs identifying and treating as soon as possible.
I'm just going to pop a cannula in the gentleman's arm so we can give him some paracetamol. Right, let's pop this on your arm then, mate.
By giving the pain relief intravenously, Ben hopes to reduce David's discomfort quickly.
How much blood did you bring up?
Not much, it's only like little clots, not just little spots.
Only a small amount, yeah? OK.
But even small amounts of blood in vomit may indicate bleeding in the stomach or bowel. If David does have internal bleeding, his condition could worsen fast.
What's that pain like now? Can you describe it now?
Cramps are really bad, really uncomfortable.
They've reached A&E. Following his training to the letter, Ben hands over to the triage nurse.
He said he's been coughing up or vomiting up clots of blood.
David will now undergo tests to find the cause of his illness.
We did a full set of observations on everything that we could have done. So he'll be seen by the doctors and nurses in A&E, and they'll decide the best care for him.
Okay, mate.
Ben and Jat head off. Their shift still has 7 hours to go. In Birmingham, new paramedic Ben is 4 hours into his shift with trainee Jat. They're responding to a 999 call from a pensioner in distress. They arrive just after a rapid response paramedic.
Hello.
All right,
You know,
this is Jenny. She's an 85-year-old female.
The fast responder has run some tests, and it isn't good news.
The heart rate is anywhere between 134 and 190 now, so
Okay.
it's like a bit of SVT.
SVT is the name given to an abnormally quick heart rate. Jenny's is double what it should be. For an 85-year-old, it could be life-threatening.
Obviously, you can't really sustain a heart rate of 140 for long.
She needs to be taken to a specialist cardiovascular unit right away.
What we'll do, because your heart rate's quite fast at the moment, we'll pop you up to hospital. All right.
But Jenny is frail and needs to be moved with care. Her husband Harold is concerned.
There's nothing to worry about at the moment. All right. Okay.
Did you lock the front door, dear?
Yes.
Do you want to have that?
Jenny may seem fine, but a heart rate so fast will put a huge strain on her heart, with potentially fatal results.
The patient has got quite a high heart rate, so we're trying to make sure that the patient's heart rate stays as it was, or tries to come down rather than increase. Sometimes that can be the case when you're moving the patient around.
Ben's training told him to hope for the best, but prepare for the worst.
I'm just going to pop a cannula into Jenny's arm, obviously because her heart rate's quite fast at the moment. We may be able to do something a little bit later on if anything happens.
He may only be a month into the job,
Sharp scratch, all right.
but he's already thinking ahead like a veteran.
Right, just bring your arm round here a second and keep it nice and still. Right then.
It's off to hospital.
Blue light.
Jenny's heart rate is now 160 beats per minute. It's getting worse.
What we're going to do, Jenny, obviously because your heart rate's quite fast at the moment, we're going to let the hospital know that we're coming. Can I pop an alert in, please? I have an 85-year-old female. We're in SVT at about 160. Yeah, and we're about 8 minutes away coming from Aldridge. OK, so the doctors know that we're on our way, Jenny.
Ben tries to take Jenny's mind off the situation.
How long have you been married for, then?
64 years.
64 years, blimey.
We had a card up the Queen.
OK. Is that 50 years or is it 60? 60. OK.
They've arrived at a hospital with a top cardiovascular unit. Jenny will be in good hands.
Yeah, good job.
It's a sign of Ben's growing maturity as a paramedic that his employers entrust him with a trainee, one who clearly holds him in high regard.
He's been very supportive and encouraging, to be honest with you. I've learnt a few things from him as well, which is good.
Ben's first month as a paramedic couldn't have gone better.
I'm still finding my feet. It's coming with time and every day something's different. There's never one job or one patient that's the same. I come to work and I don't know who I'm going to work with, where I'm going to go during the day or what I'm going to do. It's a job I want to do now for the rest of my life.
David spent 4 days in hospital after being diagnosed with pancreatitis and water on the lung. He's now home and recovering well. Jenny received treatment in hospital for her racing heartbeat before being discharged.